You wouldn't build a house without a foundation, so don't build your business without one. This is Mindset Monday, where we lay out the tools, frameworks, and mindset you need to scale your contracting or trading business today. All right, we are live. Welcome back to Mindset Monday. I'm your host, Garrett Bake, with Build Pro, and we've got our good friends at Contractor Plus here with us as well. So this was a really interesting week for me, right? The first full week in January, people are, dusting off the cobwebs. A lot of you guys took some time off for the holidays, which you should. I did as well. But now it's 2026. It is 100%. We are all into 2026. But what are you doing? What are you doing? It's 2026, right? And it's really interesting that most people, when it comes to setting goals or targets for the year, they get really excited when they set them. And then what happens? I call January 20th quitting day. You see me post about it, right? Why do I call it National Quitting Day? It's because everybody sets goals or targets or whatever for the beginning of the year. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to make an extra $1 million. I'm going to buy the house on the hill, whatever it is. And by January 20th, they've forgotten about it or they've quit. I'm just not going to do it, right? So why? Why is it that people do that? And this last weekend, we had our contractor retreat down in St. George, which was an amazing experience. By the way, if you're with us live, go ahead and drop your name and your business name, where you're from, and we'll give you a good old shout out. We got Jessie, who says that she so far loves Contractor Plus. Absolutely. We love Contractor Plus as well. It's an amazing, amazing tool for you and your business. Now, why is it that most people struggle throughout the year, right? We got Joseph Uckel. Joseph was down there with us, the MJ Plumbing in Salt Lake. Glad to see you, my friend. Why is it that so many people struggle? Now, we titled this one weekend that led to 50 million in closed deals. Now, why would we title it that? Well, I'm going to give you a story. I'm actually going to give you a couple of stories. In late August, early September, I flew to South Carolina. We were just outside Clemson, South Carolina. And I was out there with 4 other friends of mine who also run consulting businesses, right? And we're all there for 3 days. 3 days, we had this beautiful Airbnb that was right on this lake. We had this boat. We went golfing. We did all these different things, right, for 3 days. But from those 3 days, I can tell you that the group has generated over $50 million in closed deals. How? We were golfing and we were on a boat and we had a private chef and we're eating some food. Like, that's all we were doing. How is it that you were able to generate $50 million? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you. We got Jesse with Outlaw Electric out of Grantsville. Welcome. We got Daniel, my friend, Noble Custom Glass and Mirror, Alpharetta, Georgia. Cold calling and got a fishy to bite. Ooh, I love it. The old school cold call. So how is it that we were able to generate $50 million from one weekend? Now, don't get me wrong. It didn't happen like that weekend, but between that weekend and the end of the year, $50 million. Well, I'm going to give you the little cheat code that we use. Then we also use this past weekend, and you can use to apply to your business today that will help you start to grow your business. Number one, the most important thing, you have to come to terms with this. Okay. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Now, why would I tell you that? Some of you guys are like, I'm not a liar. I've never lied once in my life. No, the person you lie to most is yourself, right? When guys wake up in the morning and they stand in front of the mirror, what is it that they do first? Come on, fellas, suck in the gut. Yep. Push the chest out. Yep. Oh man, I'm looking good today. Yeah. You're lying to yourself, right? Stand on the scale, get your blood work done, and let's find out what's really happening, right? Or when somebody asks you, how's your business doing? And you're like, oh, it's going great. And you're ignoring the fact that your guys are 2 days behind on the job. You haven't been paid on 3 other jobs, and you just fired your office manager, right? If you're not willing to look for things as they really are, you will never make the improvements and have the growth that you want to have. Period. It's not going to happen. Now, how do we look at the data? How do we look at the numbers? If you don't have a CRM, you are way behind, right? Way behind. Why is it that we run these in conjunction with Contractor Plus? Because it's a CRM that you should be using. Shameless plug. But no, seriously, it's a CRM you should be using. I know some of you guys are using it. That's great. You need a CRM that helps you track your leads, your estimates, your deals that are still outstanding, everything that you can possibly do that would tell you what's happening so that you can make adjustments or corrections, right? So number one, you need a CRM, okay? Now, with that data, we can make decisions. Some of you guys set maybe quarterly goals, and you're like, I want to generate $250,000 for the quarter. Great. How are you going to do that? How are you going to track that? How are you going to know if you're on track or off track, right? We had Daniel earlier say that he was doing some cold calls. Well, the reason he's doing cold calls is to generate more leads, right? And then he knows he needs a certain number of leads to lead to the number of sales that he wants to get to where he wants to get to revenue-wise, right? So understand that data, numbers are your best friend, okay? So you need to know your numbers. Number two, you also need access to a platform that helps you track those numbers, like Contractor Plus, okay? Number three is the game plan. Why is the game plan so important? I'll rewind and talk to you about this. For 8 years now, we've been running retreats with business owners. 8 years, okay? Every quarter, we get together. What do we look at that quarter? We looked at the last quarter that just passed, what worked, what didn't work, and what we need to do better next time. And then we track things moving forward, okay? If you're not doing that, how do you know if you're actually growing? How do you know if you're actually making the changes that you need to make that are going to lead to the results that you're after? You don't, okay? So going back to our retreat back in August, early September of this last year, how was that retreat able to generate $50 million in revenue? Well, I'll tell you. Each of us, we've been working together for a while as friends, right? So we're brutally honest with each other. I don't care about your feelings. I just want to know the facts. And what we realized is 2 of the guys were marketing to the wrong people and using the wrong approach and weren't getting the results that they wanted. So we tweaked that. One of them, me, we realized that I was the bottleneck of the company, needed to bring on a sales guy and needed to market to these 3 other areas. Boom. And then the other guy was just some minor tweaks and adjustments. So ultimately, between all of us, over the last 5 months, generated $50 million in revenue. Now, I don't say that because I'm trying to brag. I don't say that because I want to make you feel bad about it. I want you to have that aha moment that, like, you know what? This is something that I should be doing. I should be tracking my numbers. Good, bad, or indifferent, I should be tracking them. I should be brutally honest with myself that I don't know what's going on in the day-to-day. I should be setting goals and then working it backwards to make sure that I can get those results that I want. See, next week, we're going to do a live training. By the way, if you're not part of our school community, you need to join our school community. We'll drop the link for you down below. Join our school community. Next Wednesday, we're going to be hosting a workshop on how it is that you can make this happen. It's interactive, meaning you can ask us questions. You can be on there with us live. We're going to be showing you how it is that we do this, okay? But what is it that you should be doing regardless, right? I know that I have a dashboard, a scorecard, if you will, that we use. And every day, I can go to my scorecard and I can see exactly what's happening. How many leads did we generate? How many sales conversations are we involved in? How many follow-ups do we have? If we sold anything, what was the average? What was the thing that we sold? And what was the average ticket for the thing that we sold? Right? So we start tracking all of this information and it tells me the conversations that I need to be having. So this morning with our sales guy and with our setter, right, we're looking at the conversations that we're having. Inside of our commercial construction management company, guess what? Same thing. We're looking at the conversations that we're having. We're looking at the estimates that we have outstanding. We're looking at the bids that we submitted and where do we need to follow up with and how do we need to follow up with. I want to tell you that business can be as exciting as you want to make it and as boring as you want to make it. But boring businesses make money. Amanda says she just signed up for Contractor Plus. That's awesome. Ricardo says, I train 5 days a week, so I do look great. Love it, man. That's beautiful. Ricardo says, I've been doing social media ads and setting a budget for that to achieve my sales goals. That's awesome. Okay. Now we've got, if you look at the different channels, we've got the link to join our Build Pro community. We'd love for you to do that. But I want to go back to Ricardo here in a second. Okay. How many of you guys have either tried to run social media ads or are currently running social media ads? Right? There's a few of you. How do you know if your social media ads are performing? Well, you need to start looking at the dashboard. Inside of Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, you can look at your dashboard and it will tell you how things are performing. Okay. So you need to know if they're performing. The second thing is you need to look at the data. Okay. A lot of you guys use Angie's List and Thumbtack. Nothing wrong with that. But are the phone calls that you're getting from Angie's or from Thumbtack people that you want to do business with? Because if they're not, then we need to tweak or adjust something. The only way we know that is if we have the data, we have the information in front of us. We have a client, Thomas is his name. He was working with a call center last year. So he would buy leads and then he would have his call center call those leads. And so when we first started working together, he's like, look at all these leads and look at all these appointments I have. I'm like, that's great. That's awesome. Well, about 4 weeks in, he's like, man, my sales are down. I don't know why my sales are down. I was like, let's look at the data. So he went back and he separated out all of the leads that came from the call center, all of the appointments that came from the call center. And then he looked at how many closes he had made from the call center. Guess what he found out? Zero closes from the call center. Okay. What does that tell you? That tells you that the call center isn't doing their job. And/or that's telling you that the whole process that you've implemented using a call center to call cold leads to try and book appointments doesn't work. So he made a decision, cut it, boom, right? He would only be able to do that if he had the data. Otherwise, he's got a call center that's like, hey, we booked 22 appointments for you. And he's like, yay, 22 appointments, except they weren't the right appointments, right? So understand that it's not just about doing the thing. It's about doing the thing to get the results that we want to get. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me back this up. Number one, your numbers, your data. You need to be tracking your data. Number two, you need a CRM. Highly recommend Contractor Plus. Okay. Number three, what do we do with the data? Okay, we have to examine the data. Having data is great. That's a first step. But what do we do with the data? If the data isn't taking us where we want to go, then we need to change things. Period. Okay. So let's look at this. Over the last 4 weeks, we've had 8 different RFPs or requests for proposals come in for Summit Partners, right? For our company. And we looked at all 8 and we realized that 3 of the 8 we didn't want to bid on. We didn't want to bid on them because they weren't going to get us the jobs that we wanted. We focus on commercial tenant improvement projects, but interior commercial tenant improvement projects. So if they want to build a core and shell, that's not our thing. We don't want to build a core and shell. We want to build out the inside. Earlier today, I had my commercial real estate agent in here, right? He was catching up, checking out the space and everything, and asking me questions. And I'm telling him about this company. And he's like, oh, well, what kind of projects? And I tell him, and he's like, I got stuff for you. Because I didn't say, oh, we have a construction company. What I said was, we focus on interior commercial construction improvements. That's what we do, right? And now we're going to get more jobs because of it. Super clear, okay? Ricardo says, I'm spending 25 per lead right now, and out of those 2 are good. Great. Keep doing it. Now, I would also look at your close rate, right? They could be 2 good leads, but if you're closing 0, we got an issue there, but that's good. Okay. Understand then, if you want to grow your business this year, you could put your head down and straight up hustle and grind. You can get a list of homeowners within a 5-mile radius of your house, and you could dial for dollars. You could print out a bunch of flyers and you could knock on doors, right? You could go get a list of all the commercial contractors within a 50-mile radius of your house and go and visit their job sites or go to their offices and drop off donuts. You could do that. That's hustle and grind. Yes. And you will grow through hustle and grind, but you're going to get to a point where you need to start thinking about things smarter, right? Work smarter, not harder. I'm at a point in life right now, mid-40s, where I don't want to work harder. I can work hard when I need to, but I don't want to work harder. I want to work smarter. We're using a new CRM when it comes to sales for our company called close.com. I got on with my assistant this morning. We're walking through it. I'm like, cool, I need you to figure out this, and this. Why? Because I could spend the next 4 hours doing that, but instead I want to go focus on activities that are going to help me generate money. I'll let her focus on getting that foundation set up, building the pipeline, importing the leads. Okay. Now, Daniel asked a really good question. He says, is there any dollar amount or percentage amount you would recommend a company spends on a CRM service for various business sizes? Good question. No, there's not. But I will tell you there are different types of CRMs out there, right? Contractor Plus, for example, I believe has the best bang for your buck, meaning it's going to do what you need it to do at a price that makes sense for you. And by the way, for some of you that didn't take advantage of their lifetime deal, not sure if it's still up or not. If not, if you guys are interested, I'm sure we can get you access to it. But Contractor Plus will help you do the things that you need to do, right? It'll help you with tracking your leads. It'll help you with your estimates. It'll help you with sales. It'll help you with contracts. It'll help you with change orders. It'll help you with managing your subs. It'll help you with all of these things. Okay. Now, is there a specific dollar amount or percentage you would recommend for a company on a CRM? No. There are some CRMs that are more catered to commercial type work and some more to residential type work. There are some that consider themselves more niche specific. So mechanical, electrical, plumbing, or GCs, stuff like that. So I would say find the one that does the things that you need it to do. That's how we landed on, or I should say that's how we recommend people land on the ones that they need to land on. We have a couple of clients that currently signed up for Contractor Plus. Why? Because they've tried different ones out there and then they've settled on, okay, Contractor Plus does what I needed to do for my business. Okay. So before you pick a CRM, figure out what you need it to do and then go examine the CRM. Now, the other good thing about Contractor Plus, you can jump on with a rep and be like, hey, here's my business model. Here's the things that I needed to do. Show me how Contractor Plus will help me do that. And they'll walk you through that. Okay. Having a CRM for the sake of CRM is worthless. We have an electrical contractor that was paying for Builder Trend $1,100 a month. I wasn't hardly using it. $1,100 a month. What could you do with an extra $1,100 a month? A lot of things, right? So as we wrap this up, okay, number one most important thing for you, get clear on your numbers. If you need help getting clear on your numbers or figuring out what numbers you need to track, all of that good stuff, join us next week at our training inside of the Bill Pro community. We're going to walk through all that. The second thing, find a CRM that works for you. Okay, a CRM that will help you get the things that you need to do, track the things that you need to track. Okay, that's what you need. Okay, number three is you need to look at the data. Now that you have the data and it's organized and it's structured, what is it telling you? Marketing is where people piss away the most dollars because they don't understand what marketing is. They just say, oh, I can just feed Facebook dollars and it will give me business. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, you need to be targeting the people that you serve in a way that they're listening to you and say, yes, I want to do business with you. Daniel, give us a thumbs up. We've got Jesse that says we've spent so much on CRMs that haven't done what we need, and it's been frustrating. Yeah, 100%. But now you've got Contractor Plus, right? Which will help you do all that stuff. So this week, yes, it's January 12th, and you're like, I'm already behind. No, not really. It's January 12th. If you're going to do anything this week, what I would recommend you do is figure out what numbers you need to start tracking. Okay. Figure out a way or a program or a CRM to help you start tracking that, like Contractor Plus. Okay. And then start paying attention to the data. What are the numbers telling you? I already know what's going to happen in a business 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road. If I have 3, 6, 9, 12 months of data, I can already tell you because we've worked with so many businesses over the years that have done that. All right. If you guys are going to do anything this week, make sure you spend some time planning and getting ahead. If you do that, I can almost guarantee you'll have success this year. All right, my man, and my women, my business owners who are here. You guys know what time it is. It's time for you guys to get after it. 3, 2, 1, off you go.